Oliver Wendell Holmes, Jr., born March 8, 1841 in Boston to a prominent literary family, became one of the most influential figures in the history of the United States Supreme Court. His judicial philosophy helped shape how Americans think about the Constitution, free speech, and the limits of government authority. As a young man, he fought with the Union Army and was wounded 3 times. The war taught him, as he later wrote, that certainty is illusion, repose is not the destiny of man. This sense of the world's uncertainty fed into his later belief that the law must evolve with society rather than stand fixed in time. In 1902, President Theodore Roosevelt appointed him to the U.S. Supreme Court, beginning a 30-year tenure that would make him the court's most quoted and sometimes its most controversial voice. He often emphasized judicial restraint, arguing the court should defer to elected legislatures unless a law clearly violated the Constitution. Yet his most enduring opinions came in the realm of free speech. In Schenck v. United States, 1919, Holmes first articulated what became known as the clear and present danger test. He acknowledged the government's power to restrict speech in wartime, citing another accepted limitation on speech, falsely shouting fire in a theater. But later that same year, in Abrams v. United States, he broke with the majority and wrote a passionate dissent. There he laid down the foundation for more modern First Amendment theory, insisting that only speech posing an imminent and severe threat should be suppressed, and that truth was best discovered through the competition of the market, a metaphor that has guided free speech debates ever since, and one that is as important now as ever. Holmes's dissents became legendary. In fact, he is often referred to as the Great Dissenter. Though he was in the minority more often than many justices of his era, his opinions influenced later courts and legal thought more profoundly than many majority rulings. Later decisions of the court often accepted positions taken in his earlier dissents. Holmes retired in 1932 at the age of 90, the oldest justice ever to serve. He died 3 years later in 1935, just 2 days prior to his 94th birthday. As a veteran of the Civil War, he's buried in Arlington National Cemetery.